It is good, it's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, now that everything is out, okay, now that the book is out on Bill Russell, we already know KD and Banchero. If you have been keeping up with the Season 7 spotlights, which of those three endgame cards should you guys choose to add to your specific squad? Every endgame has these same exact SIGs, these same exact animations. They've got the KPJ with the Sadiq Bey upper. They've got the Asta slide. They've got the Trey size Biscayne. And everybody in this option pack has 6'10 frame. Okay, difference is KD is small forward shooting guard, Banchero power forward, small forward, Bill Russell power forward center. Now, you might think, okay, so if I don't have Banchero, that's a no-brainer. Banchero over Bill Russell, right? Well, it's not that simple because Banchero doesn't have the misdirection, which if you're not a dribble head, that probably doesn't matter too much to you, but for me, that matters a lot. And so that's where things get a little difficult if you've already got Kevin Durant. So, what do you mean? You guys might be like, well, Ty, if I'm like you, I've got Kevin Durant, I can just go through and sell him, right? Well, it's not that simple. What about everybody that has the unauctionable Kevin Durant? Then it's not so easy because then you don't pick Kevin Durant. Then you pick either Banchero or Bill Russell. And it's not that simple, right? What about the people that already have unauctionable KD and unauctionable Banchero? Well, then the option's pretty simple. You pick Bill Russell and hope he does well. But what if you have Manu and Wemby locked in? Or yeah, you have unauctionable Manu, unauctionable Wemby. Where does Bill Russell fit in the squad? And that's where things get really difficult, in my opinion. Because, I mean, I'm of the mind that it's a no-brainer option. If you don't have any unauctionables of any of these cards, it's KD every single day. Even if you've already got KD, I would sell your KD and pick KD. That's how high I am on KD compared to the other two. I think there's levels to it. I'd say it like this. I think right now, KD is at least minimum a top 10 card in the game. For Banchero, for Bill Russell, they're probably in that 20 to 30 range card in the game. And so that's a big difference, right? When we talk about KD as being a top 10 card in the game, a card that might be the best shooting guard in the game for the foreseeable future, he's head and shoulders above a Bill Russell, above a Banchero. Now, I will say this. Bill Russell and Banchero, you guys might think, well, Ty, Banchero can play small forward, so it's an obvious decision. Is it? Because my whole thing is Wemby can play small forward. So, I mean, the height equation or the position equation goes kind of off the radar. And if we talk about power forward specifically, right, and if you're talking about Wemby as a small forward, who else is really there at that power forward spot? Obviously, you got D-Rob coming out today, who's going to be incredible. You got Manute Bol. But after those two guys, I think Bill Russell can fit that kind of squad and that meta really well. Now, if you do pick Bill Russell, you're going to want to make sure you got height at the 3, whether it's Wemby, whether it's a guy like Big Z, Bol, even Chet gives you decent height. That's kind of where I'd lean. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I had an unauctionable KD today, and let's say I had this type of squad, okay? If I had unauctionable KD in this type of squad, I would 110% choose Bill Russell. Because I think Bill Russell at the 4, or if he could play the 3, I think he's side by side better than Banchero just because of his movement, play him out of stuff like that, and the fact that he can do a misdirection. And for me, I've already got Bol. I've got Wemby. The backup 4 is really the tough position for me, the position in which I need the most. And is Bill Russell going to be better than Artis? Well, I think that's a matter of opinion. Artis is 7'2", Bill's only 6'10", so I think that's a matter of opinion. But I think I'd have more success with a Bill Russell in general. So, if your squad looked like this today, I would choose in a heartbeat, boom, Bill Russell. It's that simple. Now, let's say you don't have Invincible Wemby. Okay, I'm going to give you guys options. Let's say your squad looks something like this. Then I'd probably choose Banchero. Because you need that small forward more because he is a bigger improvement over a guy like Zion than over a guy like Artis Gilmore. Now, let's say this. Let's say my squad is what it is, okay? If I already had bought KD, would I choose KD and just sell this one? Or would I choose Bill Russell? I'm choosing KD and selling this one. Now, on this Xbox account, I got a no money spent, that's PlayStation. On my Xbox account, I don't have any of these spotlights done, okay? So it's not something I'm really too worried about doing. But I'm telling you guys that right now, KD is the right option. Okay, if you do not have unauctionable KD, there isn't any team you could build that I would not choose KD with. So KD is your right option. But if you did spend the $50 on unauctionable KD, which a lot of people did, then it's a matter of what position do you need more? Do you need the small forward position more or power forward position more? I do think Bill Russell overall is the better card, but we have to take into equation, he can't play that small forward position. And Banchero, he is really solid. You can say whatever you want about his misdirection. Yes, that makes me very angry, very bad. But Banchero is a top 5-ish small forward in the entire game as it stands right now. The best part about all this, and here's kind of what I want to really get at. Banchero's 150K. KD, 170. He'll probably go down 150K, let's say. You could get Bill Russell, Banchero, and KD all for like, let's say you had the spotlights done, all for like 300,000 MT. That's not bad at all. Now, I know the prices are going to go down, so I really wouldn't worry too much about it. But that is important to note as well. Yes, D-Rob going to be better than Bill Russell. Yes, Paul George at the 3 probably is going to be better than Banchero. It's just the way it is. Eventually, KD might get replaced. But the thing about KD is, if all of these end games keep continuing with the same SIGs, which they have right now, I can go on Twitter right now, all of them still have the same SIGs. It's not like they're getting updated, anything like that. And so my whole thing is this. My whole thing is if they never change these end game SIGs, KD might be the best shooting guard for the rest of the game. So for that and that alone, give me KD. Give me KD every day of the week. If you can save a couple 100,000 MT by selling your KD and getting the unauctionable one, get him. Because my whole thing is this. Unauctionable KD could play for the rest of the year. I cannot say the same with Bill Russell and or Banchero, who right now as it stands, I don't even think makes the best squad in my team. So that's kind of my opinion on things. I personally like the spotlight grind. I personally think it is worth your time if you don't have unauctionable KD. But at the end of the day, we always have to take into consideration what is really the goal of this, and it is to get this all-time reward. Yes, there are some really solid, options within that, right? Yes, I mean the player we got yesterday and Doug Christie is absolutely elite. You get some solid players. Tomjanovich is okay, worthy, absolutely elite at the 3. But in general, the choice is Kevin Durant. If you have unauctionable Kevin Durant, it's really, do you need the small forward position or do you need that power forward position? KD is the answer to your problems. That's going to wrap it up for our video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the KD down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.